There were 4 different terrorist attacks in London yesterday, and people have been arguing over who is actually to blame, despite the fact that all 4 attackers had ties to radical Islam. So, there's a few things I got to talk about. First, and I know I normally compile all of these in a video editing program, but I've got working very shortly, and I wanted to get this out before I forgot. Newsweek opinion article: Homegrown terrorism and why the threat of right-wing extremism is rising in America. They just fucking this article just went up 12 hours ago, by the way. So it didn't take less than a day before people are trying to spin this as, oh, remember those radical right-wingers? I mean, it's just disgusting. But here's a Vice article, right? 10 attacks and plots, right, by white people. First one is in January 2017. The next one in October of 2016. Then November 2015. As you can see, the years, pretty infrequent or frequent in 2015. And let's just assume that these are all true. There's likely a little bit of news missing in regards to how these are related to each other, because a bunch of, quote, white people committing a crime is different than an organized religion committing a crime, because white people can be described as German, of European descent. It's such a wide umbrella of a term that it's not the same as one specific religion committing consistent terrorist attacks every other fucking day. But as you'll see, that's over the course of what, a few years, down to 2014. Now let's check out some of the attacks. Let's just a list of all of the praise. Pray for Paris, pray for San Bernardino, praying for Brussels, pray for Orlando. What do all these have in common? And yeah, I know some of them go back all the way to 2015, and this isn't all the attacks, by the way. But of course, it's right-wing extremism that we need to be afraid of. It's right-wing terrorists that are committing out way more attacks than these Islamic radical fuckers. Anyway, beyond that, the next thing I got is this. A man named Imam Tawhidi. You need to investigate and shut down the mosque and this terrorist used to attend, and question why he wasn't reported. The terrorist used to attend a congregation in the mosque. Hold the imam responsible for his preaching of radical Islam. Hold all of his friends and family members responsible. They knew he was being radicalized but remained silent. And last is just the cream filling, right? This is some good shit right here. The ignorance of these Breitbart writers is astounding. Worse, the guy who used to run Breitbart, Steve Bannon, is still in the White House. So somebody had basically I don't know what you would call it, but essentially they tried to call him out on the race and it was wrong. I'm not going to bother reading it because it's really just dumb. But this person responded, "Last night I saw something that I never would have thought possible. It made me realize that the UK is likely doomed." Yeah, you guys are fucked. You get out of there, man. Breitbart writers don't matter. They have no authority. Their opinions are just blather. Here's what does matter. A British man took video as unarmed, helpless police came into a bar and told everyone to lie on the floor. In the middle of the mass casualty terrorist attack, one customer shouted, "Fucking Muslim cunts." He thought he was about to die. The man filming in the middle of the attack began lecturing the other man about how he shouldn't say such things. The comments on this man's Twitter feed showed that many Brits think it's rational to criticize victims of terrorism for their language. Keep in mind that the terrorist attack was in progress and that the victims were cowering on the floor, yet sorry, I'm getting kind of tied up because this is so fucking ridiculous. Yet offensive language was the issue. An Israeli told a joke once. 2 Jewish men are being led to the wall to be executed by firing squad. One man says, "To hell with it, I'm going to demand a last cigarette." Another one says, "Be quiet, you'll get us in trouble." The joke is funny because it's based in reality, but it would never happen for real. Last night, the joke happened for real in the UK. As 2 men waited to be killed by terrorists, one criticized the other for offensive language against Muslims. The fact that so many Brits applauded this insanity shows that Britain is likely doomed. And then he says here, oh, and both the terrorists had rifles. One cop had a pistol versus 2 terrorists with rifles and suicide belts. So, yeah, let's get rid of gun deaths, right? But I'm gonna go ahead and let's check out Donald Trump's Twitter. Right, this is always fun because it's just, you know, he's gonna get a ton of "you piece of shit, you piece of shit." Do you notice we are not having a gun debate right now? That's because they use knives in a truck. Well, they did use guns actually. To use a horrible terror attack to push your pro-gun agenda is beyond abhorrent. Aren't people using this to push their anti-gun agenda? Like, why isn't the standard equal on both sides? I wonder. It's fucking... Alright, so that's all I got. I just needed to get that out before I got to work. I apologize, stumbling over my words a little bit. Hey, I am getting better at reading this shit, and I did find my glasses the other day, so as long as I can actually keep myself from misplacing them. But anyway, thanks everyone for watching. I'll try to do a little bit more of an in-depth video on the terrorist attacks in London if I get around to it. I am planning on streaming tonight. I don't have a bunch of stuff to talk about. If there's anything you guys would like me to cover on the stream tonight over on Twitch, feel free to hit me up on Twitter. I'd like to see what kind of stuff we can come up with. But other than that, yeah. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think. I'll see you guys later.